Welcome back, Mzansi, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, as you heard in the beginning, this is all about current affairs, and what an affair we have in this story right now. And when it comes to the law, the truth is often a matter of perspective. So today we're going to delve into the case of Dr. Nandipha Magudumana and the claims of abduction and wrongful arrest, which are being challenged by the Department of Home Affairs. Now, is she approaching the court with dirty hands, as they allege, or is there more to the story? Well, criminal law defense attorney Lal Hendricks is here this morning to shed some light on the situation. How are you doing, Lal?
Well, I'm well, thank you. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm fantastic. This has been a saga that we have been following with bated breath. There's so much going on right now. But let's dive into the latest, right? So I see these allegations that have been made by the Department of Home Affairs against Dr. Nandipha, right? This is with regards to her disclosure in court. Now, what is going on here? What is this all about exactly?
Well, it's a matter of she brought an application to court. And based on the application, she is saying that she wants her the matter to be... well, let me start this over again.
Okay, yeah. We've got to be very specific with the
word. Yeah, you understand, you understand.
Of course, 100%. And this is a very, very current case at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. So she brought the court, well, the application was brought to court, and the Department of Home Affairs are alleging that the application was brought with dirty hands. Okay. And in doing so, they are saying that she has not disclosed all the necessary factors that you need to disclose when you bring an application. Okay. Because when one brings an application to court, the party needs to present all factors when bringing the application to court, not just favorable factors for herself. So the Department of Home Affairs is saying that she came to court with dirty hands by not presenting all the facts.
Yes, okay. This makes sense. So then how significant is it when that situation happened where she allegedly left the country and entered Tanzania and she didn't have any sort of official port of entry or anything like this? This is adding negatively to her case, or how does this have an impact on it?
Well, most certainly. When, let's say for a case specifically, for a criminal matter, it would seriously affect the matter. Especially if she is to bring an application in terms of bail.
Yeah.
Because when you bring an application in terms of bail, the applicant, which is the accused person, needs to bring the application before court. The applicant as well will need to provide reasons as to why she wants bail.
Yes.
The court decides based on her application. So when she brings an application, she needs to prove to the court that it is in the interest of justice, if it's a Schedule 5 offence. Alternatively, that it's in the interest of justice for a Schedule 5 offence, and that exceptional circumstances exist in a Schedule 6 offence. And in doing so, she needs to list amongst the factors. One of those factors are that she's not a flight risk. And you can imagine if you aren't being able to be monitored and from leaving the country and entering the country, you're not passing through any port of entry, you're not using your passport. How are you going to instill confidence
That's a bit suspicious, man.
How are you going to instill confidence in the court that you're actually able to come to court and will attend your trial, right? That you will be secured so that court can set bail. If you're not providing those necessary assurances to the court. And as you can see, that if she has been leaving, if she left without providing any passport or going through any port of entry, it would negatively affect the application for bail. Okay. In this current matter, because she's brought an application, the court will have to draw an inference. The court will draw an inference based on her not providing those facts to the court. So what inference should the court then draw? The court should think, well, why didn't she present this to us in the first place? Why did the Department of Home Affairs have to present this evidence?
Yes. So lots of questions, suspicious behavior. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a detective, but this seems like someone running. But I'm not going to say anything. This is just my opinion. Well, the facts will be left in
100%.
court, I think.
You must remember that applications get brought, applications get responded to. There are two sides to every story.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Of course.
Whether she left the port, we don't know. I don't know the necessary facts regarding the application because I'm not privy to that information.
Yeah, and it seems like the department isn't because they're having to get more information based on the fact that it hasn't all been handed over. Now, here's something interesting. Now, I see that the department actually denies claims of abduction and being blindfolded, which was the claims that I believe she made, right? They're denying this. How does this add to the credibility that we've already put in question here now?
Well, so it's a version.
Yeah.
It's her version of events. So that would then have to be weighed up against what the state or the Department of Home Affairs is presenting. When her version has to be tested, so you bring an when the application is brought, you'd have to. Okay, let me. It's very difficult to explain without going into legalese, you know. But where there is a dispute of fact, the court then can either, based on the papers before it, so the respondent, the affidavits presented to it, make a decision on that basis, or alternatively, hear oral evidence based on that, based on the material dispute of fact. And when they hear oral evidence based on the material dispute of fact, the court then makes a determination therefrom. Now, of course, if she is successful, it would affect the credibility greatly because she would then be found to have the more strong version. There's a case, State versus Ibrahim. It's a 1991 case, which is similar facts. ANC operative fled. He was brought back.
Was he brought back or deported?
No, he was brought back.
Okay.
You know, outside the bounds of the law, if we put it that way, by South African police.
Yeah.
He was eventually acquitted based on that. So...
And that was what? Because they didn't have jurisdiction to actually do what they did?
100%. The case basically said the government cannot act illegally and unlawfully and expect the court systems to abide legally and lawfully. You're throwing the justice system into disrepute, essentially. People are going to be vigilantism because if the government is acting this way, why can't we?
Yes,
so
of course.
He was then acquitted. So which means that if she is successful, her version of events, it's loads of credibility to what she's saying.
Interesting stuff indeed. Well, look, I have so many questions. And again, this saga for me is something that is becoming very interesting. And it appears to me, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody here, but it definitely does appear to me that this is a stalling tactic. This is something of trying to find every option we can to let this thing go on and try to defend myself at the same time. But it seems like we don't have all the facts yet still. We're still accruing a lot of evidence in this case. We're still accruing a lot of information to actually make these decisions factual or not, right?
I actually think it's a wonderful strategic play by the defense attorney or the counsel. My personal opinion, obviously, is now she's got two bites of the cherry. If she's successful with the application, it would render her free. However, if the application fails, she still can apply for bail.
She can apply for bail. Wow.
In a criminal matter.
Wow. The episodes of this one carry on. But Lal, thank you so much for coming through. I know your time is always valuable. You charge by the hour, so please don't invest us too much.
I think I'm going to Expresso.
But thank you, man. This is something that we're all trying to find out more information on, and this has definitely shed some light on that. So we'll look forward to the next updates on this. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Absolute pleasure. Current affairs are carrying on this morning of Zanzi, and let's do just that.